everyone, and welcome to another episode of Create This Book 3. Today's page says to create bewilderment. Draw something completely ridiculous and pointless on this page. I will admit, coming up with an idea for this page was not an easy task. Your girl had a brain fart. Several, really. Eventually, I just started drawing an octopus and just trusted that my brain would lead me into the right direction. And believe it or not, that actually worked. I ended up drawing a cat, octopus, and mouse. I regret all three. The octopus is simultaneously angry at a fly and shaking a baby rattle. One of its tentacles are morphing into the tail of the cat. The cat is playing with a different tentacle. It also has cow udders for some reason. We've got a random snail singing. And lastly, we got a cowboy mouse who's riding the cat and using one of the octopus tentacles as a lasso. As you can tell, I took a very realistic approach. I'm very big on making up stories that go with my art, so I keep catching myself trying to make this make sense and come up with a story for this art. But I can't this time, and it's driving me nuts. The sole point of this page is for it to be confusing and perplexing, and if I come up with a story, then it won't be confusing anymore. So I'm just gonna breathe and calm down and not make up a story for this, even though it could be a great story. Going in for the coloring, I'm using alcohol markers because let's face it, I don't know how to use other art supplies. If it's not an alcohol marker or color pencil, I don't comprehend. It's a good thing I don't have a huge collection of paints and brushes that I keep buying but somehow never use. I'm going to get around to learning them, okay? It's just a matter of time. Can we talk about the cat's eyes for a second? Kinda creepy, I know. I drew 3 different versions of the eyes in Procreate, but I couldn't decide which one I wanted, so I sent them to my sisters and they all agreed on these. So there you go. Bulging, creepy eyes. Moving on, I originally planned to color the mouse gray like a typical mouse, but when I got to it, I was like,
that's not bewildering enough.
So I gave him a cow print. Drawing this page very much so gave me never let him know your next move energy. It was weird and chaotic and all over the place, and I'm just as confused as you are. It was definitely fun and a step out of my comfort zone though. I don't think I would have ever drawn anything remotely like this if it wasn't for the prompt. So kudos to the prompt. I don't know what else to say on this voiceover. I keep wanting to come up with a story and explain what's going on, but I must fight the urge. So we're just gonna forget about me and we're gonna talk about you. How are you? How did you sleep? Are you enjoying the video so far? I hope so. See, that wasn't so bad. Now we're just gonna add all the last little bit of shinies to the octopus to make him look all slippery and slick. I watched The Grinch yesterday. Now moving on to my favorite part, the sticker rip. If you've seen my other episodes, you know how I feel about it. It's just, how can something be so satisfying? Just look at that. Amazing! There is a possibility that I'm overreacting to this, and it's really not as astonishing as I think it is. Either way, it blows my mind every time. My mind is actually pretty easy to blow, so there's that too. Now we're just re-gluing back in the page instructions, and this is the final page. I actually really like this one. I didn't like it when I first started, and I wanted to scrap the idea a couple of times, but it just grew on me as I kept going, and now I love it. Comment below what your favorite part of the page is, and if you think I did the bewildering factor justice. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn my notifications on so you'll be notified whenever I post more. I thank you so much for lending me your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!